Welcome to the Chiropractic and Legal Injury Podcast, recorded live at our events. We're here bringing you the expertise, insights, and tools you need to navigate the world of personal injury care and to uncover what you didn't know about car accidents. It's no accident you're listening today, so let's get started.
All right, good morning. We are here with Grant Glasser with Orlando Body Shop. Grant, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Larry. I appreciate you having me here.
Excellent. Well, listen, I understand you work for a body shop that does a lot of work on motor vehicle accident cases. So can you tell us a little bit about Orlando Body Shop and what it is you guys do?
Yes, so Arizona's premier collision repair centers is Orlando Auto Body. We've been family owned and operated for 36 years. We have 6 convenient locations to serve our clients in the Valley: Phoenix, Scottsdale, Mesa, and Tempe. Again, we're an independent, meaning we're not in bed with the insurance companies. We are working for the clients directly.
I have to ask, what does that mean, not being in bed with the insurance companies?
So the inverse of independent, such as Orlando, would be a DRP. A DRP is a direct repair program. That is a body shop that has agreed upon rates with the insurance companies in advance. That is designed to do one thing and one thing only: to save the insurance company money. It is not in the best interests of the client.
So what are some of the services that Orlando Body Shop has to offer?
So in addition to collision repair, we offer ancillary services such as diminished value claim preparation, claim preservation, property preservation. We offer towing services. We set up rental cars. Basically anything we can do to remove the PD component from our attorney partners' plates and assist the clients is what we'll do.
Well, that's certainly helpful for us. So when we send you a case, you're able to help a person get into a rental car, get their repairs fixed. Now, what about dealing with the insurance companies? Can you tell us a little bit about what a person can expect from your company after they take the car to your body shop? Repairs need to be made, rentals need to be set up. Tell us how you deal with the insurance companies.
Absolutely. So upon arrival, we'll produce what's called a visual estimate. We'll get that estimate over to the insurance company for approval. This process does take up to 10 business days, but during that time, we inbound parts to mitigate timeline for repair. The advantage of having 6 locations is we can, one, be geographically convenient, or we can load balance and accommodate. We can move move the repair to the facility that can accommodate that repair most timely.
That's great.
So we're dynamic in that capacity.
Wonderful. So if somebody wants to take their vehicle to your body shop, how do they go about making an appointment, or what's the process for going with Orlando Body Shop?
Find a location nearest you, orlandooautobody.com. Again, has a map there. You can find your nearest location.
All right, that's wonderful. You mentioned diminished value earlier. What is that?
So diminished value, that is when even if a car is repaired to the max extent of anyone's ability, there's still an incident on the vehicle history report. That hurts resale value. Many people do not apply for what's called a diminished value claim. That's typically about $3,000 to $5,000 that are leaving on the table. Now, diminished value claims are only applicable to cars that are 5 years and newer. After that, they've already depreciated enough, so it's not an advantage of doing that. But if you have a newer vehicle and your vehicle is repaired due to someone else's negligence, you definitely want to pursue a diminished value claim.
That's amazing. So what does a diminished value report look like?
So we have a certified appraiser on staff. We produce that. We basically go look at market comps to make sure that the original settlement was accurate, and then the diminished value because of the impact on the car. We review the quality of repair and a couple other key factors to determine how much that car has been diminished, and then you file that with the third-party insurance. And
tell us about some of the success stories you've had with negotiating diminished value claims on behalf of your clients.
Yeah, so again, our COO, Charlie Whitaker, is a certified appraiser. He used to work for a big carrier for years, so he kind of knows the tricks that they play there.
That's awesome.
So he knows what we need to do to have our ducks in a row, so to speak, to combat their low offer. Insurance adjusters are professional lowballers.
Well, that's their job, right? They adjust the rates down.
Yes, they're in one business, in the business of profit.
That is true. That is very true. Well, as a personal injury attorney, I have to say that it's been an absolute pleasure working with your office, and you've always taken very good care of my clients. And as an attorney, one of the most frustrating things early in the case is helping clients get set up in rental vehicles, have those discussions about diminished value claims, and getting those repairs initiated. So working with your office has made that component of my job so much easier, and so we are very grateful for all the work that you do at Orlando.
Excellent. Glad to hear that.
Now let's talk about customer service. So a lot of body shops out there, some of them aren't known for being the most charming people out there when it comes to dealing with clients, dealing with insurance companies, lawyers, for example. So what makes the dealings with Orlando so special?
Well, we understand how important it is to get the job done right the first time. My team out of the Phoenix location, we support our attorney and chiropractic partners exclusively. We provide proactive updates weekly to everybody. We're interfacing with the insurance company on a daily basis, pushing them. We do charge storage fees and stuff like that. It adds a monetary repercussion to that adjuster to respond to us more timely. After about 10 days, they need to get back to us. Otherwise, we're going to run out of rental car coverage for the clients due to the slowdown caused by the insurance carrier. So anything we can do upstream to combat that, we do.
That's wonderful. So a couple of years ago, I had a case where my client took the vehicle to a body shop recommended by an insurance company, and he got a repair estimate. My client calls me and says, Larry, there's no way that the low estimate that was provided will cover my vehicle. There's so much more damage. It's just there's no way. And I sent the vehicle out for an independent evaluation, and sure enough, the independent body shop found more than 3 times the amount of damages than the company that was contracted with the insurance company found. Can you give us an example of some of the horror stories that you've seen and how Orlando stepped in and was able to save the day?
Yes, we've all heard the horror stories. Shops cutting corners, using cheap aftermarket parts, and slapping on quick fixes that just don't last. We are OEM certified. We use OEM parts, original manufacturer parts, and follow OEM repair procedures. To do that appropriately, it is more expensive. A DRP is guaranteed volume by the insurance carrier, but at that expense, they are not paid for a lot of the work they perform. I don't want to say all shops are created. I know all shops are not created equal, but even at DRP, some of those shops are just not performing that work, or again, they're using aftermarket parts. The inverse is an independent. We use OEM parts, follow OEM repair procedures. After a collision, your repair is complete. You want your vehicle to perform in a follow-up collision like it did the first time. You want your vehicle returned to pre-incident condition. That is what we do at Orlando Auto Body.
Isn't it true that some vehicles are just not able to be returned to pre-incident condition?
Correct. So insurance companies will determine whether a car is a total loss or repairable. Once we approach about 70%, 80% of the vehicle's value, it will be considered a total loss. Again, we use state-of-the-art equipment, 3D scanning tools, cross-flow paint booths to ensure a quality repair. We can return basically any type of collision back to pre-incident condition. We utilize advanced driver assistance systems, diagnostic and calibration, so we can program autopilots, laser cruise control, parking sensors, backup cameras. We do that all in-house.
Now, what if a person, say one of my clients following an accident, is afraid to drive their car because of the damage to it, but it's technically drivable? What kind of services can you provide to my clients in those situations when they don't want to drive the vehicle that was involved in an accident?
My advice would be, if they have any concern of any kind about safety, do not drive the vehicle. We offer our towing services. Orlando towing trucks will show up, pick up the vehicle, bring it into our facility to conduct that visual estimate. If the client says go ahead, we'll conduct repairs, and we can actually deliver the vehicle back to them via the tow truck as well.
If you could make any recommendations to people following an accident as it pertains to the property damage claims, what tips or pieces of advice would you offer them?
Any auto body you choose an independent. Whether it's Orlando or not, you'll get a better quality of repair versus a DRP.
I absolutely agree with that. And as my horror story earlier mentioned, we found triple the amount of damages than the body shop that was contracted with the insurance company found. So I agree. Working with independent body shops is the way to go, because you just get a better, in my opinion, you get a better quality product, a more accurate assessment of the extent of the damages to the vehicle. So I have to say thank you so much for all the work that Orlando has done on the cases with my clients, and for going above and beyond the call of duty, getting those vehicles towed, helping with the rental vehicles, doing the diminished value claims. It's an invaluable asset into the personal injury world. So I want to personally thank you for all the services and white glove service that your office provides. And it's been an absolute pleasure working with your office. And I really want to thank you for doing this podcast with us today, and wish you and your team a happy holidays.
Absolutely. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate the opportunity to work with you and your team and support your clients.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
From all of us at the Lazzara Law Firm and the Chiropractic and Legal Injury Conference, thank you for listening. We hope you never need us, but if you or someone you love does, know they'll have a team dedicated to helping them rebuild, recover, and reconnect with what matters most, their loved ones and the life they deserve. This is the Chiropractic and Legal Injury Podcast, where knowledge is power and collaboration transforms care. If today's episode opened your eyes, share this podcast with your network and help spread the word about the realities of personal injury care. Follow us on social media to keep learning and connecting with this incredible community.